Let's do a quick inventory of what's been done so far. Starting at the bypass here. We got all the turnouts, all the track along the wall here. I had to build a crossover here because they're tied together, and remember I had to jig them together around, and then the decline down into the port area. Again, just a mainline turnout. Did these two spurs for the industries. We're rolling around, and then all the way to the throat of the yard, or whatever, the docks for the piers. So that's where we are now. We're gonna turn the corner around the blob, thinking to super elevate this a bit, just for whatever. I did not do it on the incline there, didn't make sense to me. And even here I'm thinking, it's flat, it's really, when you think about it, the railroad is really like one straight line. It curves here because we don't have long straight lines, but I'll just elevate it just slightly, for whatever effect. See how that goes. So then after this, there is 4 turnouts left, and then I'm at the incline for the yard, and then the yard. So that will be the main line. That's gonna be fun there, but I'm not there yet, so I'm just gonna go as or work it as I go, whatever. And I guess more to come. Quick update on the curve on the blob. I've added some tape for the super elevation. It's just a plain masking tape, 1/4 inch wide, and there is 8 layers. The first one starts about 6 inches after the straight, so basically at the end of the easement, or at the tangent into the spiral, and so 2.5 inches for every layer, and that curve starts around here and then goes around. So the whole curve, or the whole track, is 96 long, I think, and the layers and the tangent are 56. So the full curve is super elevation is 40 inches, basically from from here all the way around to here. Yeah, it's the last layer there. So I'm gonna put the track back on and see how it looks like, and then if I don't like it, I'll just take the 8th layer out. So we'll see what happens. Let's see, I'm gonna pause this and then continue. I can't really tell. I know the tape's there, and I know that the track's supposed to tilt. I suppose because it's not tacked down with anything, you can't really see that, but there is some kind of a tilt, and I think it's subtle. So I'm gonna keep it because I don't need anything crazy. I just want a hint of that. I think that will be fine. So I'm gonna keep the 8 layers. Actually, they're actually smaller than 1/16 of an inch, which I think comes to, like, I don't know, 1 foot or something, or less than a foot difference in scale measurements. Either way, they say don't go over 1/16. This is definitely not 1/16. It's probably maybe 1/32 or 3/64. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna remove the track, paint the tape, and then put the track back on, and then secure it, and then we'll see what happens. here is that super elevated curve. And I don't know if this is in focus or not, but the light's kind of low. I don't know. I'm neither here nor there. I mean, it looks dramatic. And I think the phone is level. So it's definitely tilted. And if I'll go dead on the car, you can see what the tilt is. Now, I don't know if this is too much or not. I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave it as is for now and then see if it causes any problems with operation, like running. If it's not a problem for running, then I think it should be okay. I mean, really, I'm gonna build some scenery around, like on the edge here and there, just to kind of cover the fact that you have to go 180 degrees around. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, I think it looks okay. And it's a 25.5-inch curve. I mean, that's all I could do, so. But yeah, I mean, we are around the blob and then some. I got all the way up to that turnout there. So I've got this piece there, that turnout there, piece there across the bridge, that turnout, and the up. It seems to be going slow, I don't know. I'm fiddling too much with stuff, and maybe I should not be fiddling, I should just be, plowing through it. But I don't know. I guess I'm trying to do it right the first time. So, okay. I'm gonna carry on and then keep updating as I go. Alright, let's do another update. This one could be a mini milestone. And that means being here that we reached the yard limits. Actually, we've entered the yard. These two turnouts, it's a number 6 and number 5, are already installed. And the motors are hooked up, well, not hooked up, connected to the turnouts. Nothing's wired. Still a mess of wires underneath. But here is the track for the main line. I've added a bit of, well, sorry about the shadow. A bit of tape here just to level it, because the foam wasn't really level. It was kind of declining towards there, or inclining the other way. So I had to bring it back up a bit. Some portions are going to look super elevated, slightly, but whatever. I just need it to be level or slightly elevated from the back, because I don't want it leaning the other way. And because this is foam underneath, I can't use spikes because spikes won't grab the foam, so I'm gonna just use the clear caulk. I don't like caulk, but just a short section here all the way around until I reach the plywood, and then I can spike it. So that's what we're gonna be doing soon, and I'm gonna do that. Just waiting for the paint to dry on this tape, and then I'm going to install the track, and then I'll do the updates after that. Stay tuned. Here is your next update, and what better way to do that than push the car down the track, since I don't have any power yet. Of course, you'd never go this fast, but for the sake of not oh, we've derailed. Well, that's not good. These micro-engineering turnouts, they're not that great. The cast frogs, I don't know. You see, when the wheels go over them, they kind of, I don't know, they don't go down into the frog. I think they get lifted up, which means that the gaps inside the frog here, they're not deep enough. And if I have to file all these turnouts, I mean, there is 90 turnouts on the layout. That's just crazy. But I'm not going to worry about it right now. So let's continue with the overview of the progress. So we go around the curve here on the peninsula. So we were at that's Millersville, Lockport. This is Willow Creek here. So let's go. And then we enter the Harrington Yard. That's the yard limit. And now we are in the yard. And that's where we stopped. The main line ends here. I guess that's progress. I don't know. Today I did this crossing here, this track all the way to the other crossing, and this little piece. I don't know, it feels like it's not much. Of course I had to install all the motors underneath and everything, but everything seems so fiddly. I mean, aligning, I think I mentioned the main line makes it so that everything depends on it. The spacing of these tracks on the sidings, the spacing of the yard tracks, the ladder. I have to get the main line exactly where it needs to be. It's 15 inches off the edge here to its track center. And that was basically what I was trying to do. And maybe I'm just being too precise and worrying too much about it or something. I don't know. I mean, it looks nice and whatever. The track looks straight. I don't know. And everything seems to be fine. You know, as I go, I put the turnouts, put the motors, feeders, everything else. I mean, no power because I've run the sub-districts and everything. It just feels that I'm not getting enough progress in the time that I invest. I don't know. So, my spouse says it's good progress, but I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much. In any case, here we are. We're almost out the yard, and we got the main line go. Sorry about that, it's in the way. It's gonna go there underneath this stuff that's in the way, but it needs to make a turn, and then there is a bunch of interlocking here that it's critical in a sense that it needs to be at the right angle so that the siding on this side, which is the actual lead into the yard from this side. It's not really yard lead because there is no yard lead on this side, but the siding that goes into the yard needs to connect here. These turnouts have to be exact, both the angle and position, so that this track connects with the one over there, right there. And so if I don't get that right, and to get that right, I have to get this thing here right, because there is a turnout right there, off of which this yard ladder starts. Well, I mean, that needs to be 24-inch radius curve. Right now it's not. Well, obviously you can see that. So I have to figure that, but that turnout needs to connect to these ones here, and that's the main line here. Sorry about the finger, right there. So it goes around there, and then it would connect back. So I'm really close. After that I have the gate and the helix. I was thinking I would be done today, but I guess not. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. But that's your update for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.